use of social media in teaching. First, the meaning of social media is the online platforms that enable users to create, share, and interact with content. Examples of social media platforms are Facebook, we have Instagram, then Twitter, TikTok.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Franklin, please give us a quick explanation of podcast and podcast.
Okay, I'm the one presenting now. I'm Franklin Kofi Okrah. I'm presenting on the word podcast. A podcast is a series of audio episodes that users can listen to on demand. Some key features of podcasts are audio content. Audio content, they are podcasts which are audio based, allowing listeners to consume content while multitasking. We also have episode formats. Episode format podcasts, they are typically released in episodes, which can be part of a larger series of themes. And also have on-demand access. With this, listeners can access podcasts at any time. Some popular podcast formats are interviews, storytelling, educational, etc. I'll talk about some two benefits of podcasts. You have convenience in the sense that podcasts can be listened to anywhere at any time. And also, podcasts are often used to create a sense of intimacy and connection with a host or guest. That's briefly about podcast. Thank you.
We are now moving on to the explanation of the uses of these tools in teaching and learning. Briefly, how these tools can be used in teaching and learning. Yeah, so we have 2 to 3 minutes to do your presentation. So we are starting with the explanation on the uses of blogs in teaching and learning. Mr. Opoku, please take that for us. Blogs can be used in teaching and learning.
I'll talk about the uses of podcasts in teaching and learning.
Okay, talk about it. Talk about it.
I'll first talk about benefits of podcasts for students. 1. Flexible learning. Podcasts allow students to learn at their own pace, at any time, and anywhere. 2. Personalized learning. With this, students can provide pause or re-listen to podcast episodes to reinforce their understanding. 3. Increased engagement. Podcasts can make complex topics more engaging and accessible. Then I also talk about some two benefits of podcast teachers. 1. Supplemental resource. As podcasts can supplement traditional teaching materials, providing additional context and insights. 2. Increase reach. Teachers can share podcasts with students remotely, expanding their reach and impact. Then the third one will be creative storytelling. Podcasts enable teachers to use narrative. Okay, I was talking about the benefits of podcasts for teachers. The first one is supplemental resource, which is podcasts can supplement traditional teaching materials, providing additional context and insights. Number two, increase reach. Teachers can share podcasts with students remotely, expanding their reach and impact. And the third one is creative storytelling. Podcasts enable teachers to use narrative techniques to convey information and inspire students. Some examples of podcast uses in education. I'll just list them and then pause it there. 1. Lecture podcast. 2. Interviews with experts. 3. Case studies. 4. Language learning. Thank you.
Are you hearing me right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, please. You explain to us how blogs can be used in teaching and learning.
Thank you.
The blog.
Social media in education means there is leveraging online platforms enhance teaching and then learning. I want to talk about the benefits of using social media in teaching and learning. The first point is enhance engagement. That's interactive learning experiences. Then two, access to resources. That is sharing educational content. And then three, collaboration. Students and the teachers connect to each other. Now, let me talk about the impact. I'll talk about the impact of using social media for teaching and learning. That is the first one is the personalized learning. Social media involve experiences. And two, global connections. That is the diverse perspectives. Three, enhance engagement. That is the interactive learning. And then also the examples of these tools. We have the discussion forums. This is where we use online debates and then question and answer sessions. Resource sharing. That is videos, articles, and then tutorials. So project collaboration. That is group work and then feedback. Thank you.
Thank you.
Continue.
Thank you. Yeah, so
can hear you.
talk about the benefits and limitations of your tool.
The social media one.
The benefits and the limitations. Quickly, we have less than 5 minutes more.
The benefits. That is enhanced engagement, interactive learning and then experiences, access to resources, that is sharing educational content, as I've already said, and collaboration. Students and teachers always connect or collaborate with each other. For personalized learning, tailored experiences, global resource, diverse perspectives, and the limitation. So let's talk about the limitation. That is the first point is distractions.
Yes, please. Talk about the limitation as well.
Talk about the limitation. Can you hear me? Hello? I was saying the limitation of social media is social, that is distractions. That is social media can be distracting. Then digital divide, equal access to technology. The third point is information overload. And difficulty finding relevant content. Then privacy concerns. Protecting students' data. Thank you.
Mr. Franklin,
Yes, sir.
please come in with the limitations, the benefits and the limitations of your tool.
Thank you. My tool is podcast. Okay, then I'll start afresh. Yeah, I was talking about the benefits of podcast in teaching. The first point is flexibility. Podcasts allow students to learn at their own pace, at any time and anywhere. 2. Engagement. Podcasts can make complex topics more engaging and accessible. And the third benefit is personalization. With this, students can rewind, pause, or re-listen to podcast episodes to reinforce their understanding. The fourth one is accessibility. Podcasts can reach a wider audience, including students with disabilities who prefer auditory learning. Then the fifth benefit will be supplemental resources. These podcasts can supplement traditional teaching materials, providing additional insights. So those are some of the benefits of podcast teaching. Now I will continue with the limitations of podcast teaching. Number 1, limited interaction. Podcasts are a one-way medium, limiting opportunities for real-time interaction and feedback. 2, technical issues. Poor auditory quality or poor audio quality, technical difficulties, or platform limitations can hinder the learning experience. Then the third point will be student motivation. Some students may struggle with self-motivation and discipline required to listen to podcasts regularly. The fourth, content limitation. Podcasts may not be suitable for visually oriented topics that require hands-on learning or visual aids. The fifth limitation will be assessment challenge. Assessing students' learning from podcasts can be challenging, requiring creative evaluation methods. Thank you.
Thank you too. So I will come in with the benefits and limitation of blogs. First of all, I will take the benefit of blogs in teaching and learning. Blogs encourage and increase communication. So learners can communicate with the blogs, using the blogs. Then they benefit from personal expression. They can personally express on them through writing on the blog. Then community building, they work together. They put up ideas on the blogs, which helps to hold each other. Then information sharing. You can share information through blogs. Then marketing and promotion of ideas. We can use blogs to promote ideas and to market whatever. It improves writing skills. Learners write on the blog, so it improves their writing skills. Then it also helps to search for information from other areas. So we are encouraged to learn, to learn from others. Then the limitations of blogs. Limitations of blogs. One, time consuming. Time consuming. You have to study a lot, read a lot from various blogs to get information. And at times, some of the information are not beneficial to the learners. Then competition. People are competing for space in the blog sphere. So people are writing all manner of things over the competition. So it's also another limitation. The quality control. Yes, people write anything and put them out there. So nobody is controlling what people put out there. So the quality control becomes a difficulty. If there is nothing in what learners will read, may not be quality, it may not benefit them. Then the next one, comment moderation. Yes, you blog on something, people will come in, they will insult you, they will say things. Sometimes some of these things will discourage you from blogging. Yeah, it's also this thing. Then technical issues. Blogging requires technicalities. So if you don't have these technical ideas, you will not be able to blog properly. Then monetization. People are doing it for money. So whatever will attract money, that is what they are doing. And then maintenance and update. Blogs requires maintenance and update. This is also one area. If you are not well vested in it, it may disturb you. So this are the benefits and the challenges of blogging. So we have ended our video presentation, a brief summary of this thing. Yes. So we have learned that blogs, social media and podcasts are very beneficial to us in teaching and learning. We have looked at the advantages and the disadvantages. We talk about time-consuming technical issues, how people are using it to abuse themselves. Sometimes learners go there to learn, but instead of learning quality things, they rather go there themselves. They go and learn negative things. It's also one of the things. But in all, these tools are very good, very beneficial in teaching and learning. If students will make good use of them, it will help to advance teaching and learning.